All right, are we live? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me, that's good, because YouTube Studio is still telling me that my bitrate is 0, which is mildly concerning. So it's been a while since the last stream, several months in fact. And I've forgotten how to use Blender, so we're gonna see how this goes today. Davey, I do not have an OnlyFans, no. Rug, stop telling people this is pre-recorded, it's not. Yeah, I don't have a donate button because I don't think I've actually enabled super chat, so 52 people watching, that's a big improvement from last time. So plan today is we need to model a barrel because the current one, where is it? This is the barrel right now. Guys, this is not scripted. Rob, stop participating in the slander. I do have a Ko-fi page. The link is in the description if you want to send me money, but you know, take care of yourself first. Don't give me money you can't afford to spend, you know. Anyways, this is the barrel right now, and obviously that's not cutting it, so light Unity. Yeah, I don't have Unity 2020 yet because I don't want to upgrade until it's fully stable, so. Or rather, I want to wait till there's a long-term release out. What? Dutchman, why do you, what? Steam engine is what you want me to say? Okay, anyways, we should see if I can remember how to use Blender. Thinking 8 sides might be enough. And yeah, so barrel's done. We're done here. Thanks for joining the stream. But in all seriousness, this is gonna be a while. 8 sides, maybe 10 might be better. We'll go with that for now, I think. The notification squad is here. Is that what's going on? 77 viewers? Oh my goodness. Stage fright is kicking in. Plot twist, it isn't pre-recorded. Tom made AI and a 3D model of himself. Yeah, no. If I was that good at AI, then I'd write one to build my game for me. The AI is witty too. No, that's me. I'm witty. I do not have Twitter. You've got a ship model that you made? I mean, I like my ship model right now, and I mean, soon I'm probably going to redo that anyways, because I need to make ships more customizable, and the current one just isn't going to do that. Tom is impersonating someone in the chat to help train the AI. Oh dear. The conspiracy theories are thick. I think you need a chat mod. Rug, is that an application? Because you might be right, with 75 people watching, that's When you're dragging an edge slide or any tool in Blender, you can type a number to make it a set amount. What are you talking about? When you're dragging an edge slide? Oh! Oh, I see. You mean like... Yeah, I guess we're back to learning Blender on stream. So if I put in a 2... Oh my goodness. Whoa. In that case, I might, hold on. No. Tom, please use a reference. See, Rob, I don't like using references because then I end up just copying the reference exactly. And I prefer having, like, the creative freedom, which I feel like I don't, like, even though I technically have it, if I used a reference, it would, I don't know, my brain would not like it if I then didn't go do it exactly like it is in the reference. So scroll wheel works too. It does. Oh my goodness. How many do we want? Maybe 4? Try that. That's the point. Yeah, but Rug, I don't want to copy references exactly, especially because this is more of a stylized game, right? I'm not going for perfect realism. So I feel like this many subdivisions is too many. Might try 3 instead. How delayed is the chat? I don't know. It seems quite a bit actually. So, well, actually, I think the chat might not be that delayed, but by the time it, like, the video feed comes back to you guys, I think it takes a while. Use wired mode? You mean like this? Yeah, I guess that'd be faster. Everyone predict what Tom is going to say 12 seconds before he says it. Why, Rug? Why? Yeah, Zach, maybe I'll change that for the next time, because I think the delay is pretty big. Okay, so I want to add some... Here, maybe I'll pull up a picture of a barrel. See these rings right here? That's kind of what I'm going for, I think. Do we need one at the top? Maybe we can get away without that. There's probably one on each level of these vertices here. Zach, I don't bake my lighting anyways because of my day-night cycle, so basically all the light moves. So that's not something we're going to be dealing with. Nice thing about smaller live streams is that more people see your comments. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I feel like, honestly, if I was doing this to, you know, be productive, I would probably not be modeling on stream because, I mean, just look at the last stream. It took me an hour and a half or something to make a palm tree. So it's definitely not the most efficient, but I feel like this is more about connecting with, like, you guys, so. Uses the reference. Yeah, I know, right? Fringe. So get another cylinder. Actually, maybe a circle will be better. Don't put a ring around the middle because barrels don't have one there as they need to flex. But we need a ring around the middle, Rob. That might need to be a bit bigger. And then should be able to. That is not what I want. Ta-da! We have a ring. Here's a spot where you could type in a number to make it increase in size. Does that work for... Wait. So if I add a circle... Is that what you're talking about, Spud? When I added the circle? Another way to do it would be modifying some cylinders. Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but I mean... The circle works kind of nice as well. And because I don't want the inside... Actually, I guess that would be less vertices. Yeah, why don't we... Get rid of... Just gonna delete that. Pick an edge, bevel it, hit Alt E, and pick extrude among normals. Add something in, then scale it up and press a number. So you mean scale, press a number? Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's Alright, see you, Rob. Thanks for joining for the short amount of time we've been live. AI Tom doesn't notice donations. What do you mean? Did I get a donation? Because if so, it didn't play the sound that it's supposed to play. But, Alright, well, Benchy Vibes, thank you for the $6. If you're on the Discord server, make sure you tag me, and I'll give you the supporter role after the stream. It doesn't have super chat. Yeah, I don't have super chat on. I guess I need to do that for next time. Select an edge loop on the barrel and hit Control B. Does Control B bevel it? Ooh, it does. Okay, so Control B, Control E. Can we extrude? Oh, we need to extrude the faces, so I guess just E works, right? Hold Alt and click aside to select the whole. Oh, the amount of Blender things I don't know about. Incredible. Oh, but now it's... How do I make it select the faces around the, Wait, did I extruded this now, right? So... Yeah, there's an edge behind that. Okay, so we need to... Okay. What did I click now? This is... At the top, go to select, and then there should be an option to ring select. Circle... You mean circle select? Is that the same thing? Mad Ferret, yeah, I know. Like, I can... Like, I know the basics, but I think a lot of things I do really inefficiently. 112 viewers? Holy... I recently tried Blender. I feel you're struggling. Yeah, it's definitely... There's a lot to learn, and there's so many short... Like, every time I mean, I've only streamed once before today, but both times it basically turned into a help Tom learn Blender session, so... So the thing is, I actually... Actually, no, it's good if they're one object. Well, maybe I should do all of these at once. That might make more sense. Control B. Very nice. Can I manually put this in? Ooh. Alt Shift click will select around the other way. Alt Shift click. Oh. Wait, is this just? Oh, I see. If I move, so if I'm basically, it changes if I move the mouse somewhere else. It's been 20 minutes and he's extruded one. Tornado, you know, this is how the streams are, you know, I talk more to you, which might be a problem, but are you really here to see me finish the barrel in record time? Because then the stream would be over in like 10 minutes, you know? This barrel just hits different? Oh yes, indeed. Now this one up here, I didn't set the offset. Alt Shift click, yeah. I think the game would look great with some ambient occlusion. So the thing is, I think they've added ambient occlusion in the newer versions of URP, but I just haven't upgraded to that because I'm probably going to do that once I upgrade to Unity 2020, so like all in one go. Which means once that's upgraded, I'll add that in. Benchy Vibes, thank you for another $3. Going ham on the donations. Okay, what did I clicked something earlier and now I have this the circle around my cursor. How do I get rid of that, chat? Exotic Blitz, I'm already using URP. I'm just using like an older version of it that, and they added ambient occlusion quite recently, so. Tom will be rich after the stream. Well, we'll see about that. Depends on what you define as rich. The direction the ring select works changes depending on how close your mouse is to the edge of the face. Now, if I could just select one face, that would be nice. Yeah, there we go. Press C to get rid of it. Now we have this other circle. Q or space? Space just starts this. W? Oh, thank you. There we go. Okay. No. No. Okay. So now we can extrude all of these at once. And then scale them. How's that for a barrel, guys? Waynern, when do I stream? If you're asking about like any kind of schedule, I don't have one, really. I mean, the last time I streamed was months ago. Today was sort of, I mean, yesterday I was like, I should stream tomorrow because I haven't done it in a long time. And I have quite a few things to model, so we have things to do. Let's get this into the game. That's not where I want this. Why is this so, oh my gosh, it's selecting completely different. There we go. Okay. Barrel. And one thing we need to do, I think would look better without the middle one. Think so? We just does that look better? I mean, it still has the extra vertices right now, but I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now and just like look at it in Unity, and then we'll figure out if we need to remove the middle one. Are you planning on putting your game on Steam? So, Michael, that's a good question, but it's honestly something I'm not sure about yet. Because first of all, I mean, the game is nowhere near done, so it's going to be like at least months still, probably like a year or two before there's any sort of pre-release, like officially or at any level of like decent polish. So, I mean, I've sort of been putting off that decision, especially, and then the other thing is, I feel like Steam sort of has a monopoly on that. I mean, of course, there's the Epic Games Store, but the fact that it sort of feels like you have to put your game on Steam or you lose a lot of players almost makes me want to not do that. So, yeah, I guess that's the rebellious side of me not wanting to follow along. UV mapping. Okay, so the thing is, I'm making a low poly game, and I'm not actually using textures, which means I don't need to UV map anything. So what I can just do, where's my barrel? Oh, it's all good. Let's delete, actually keep that around for a moment. Grab the barrel, put this in here. Oh, and import cam. Not updating. First of all, this barrel is way too big. What is that? Light is still here. That's stupid. Try first uploading to itch. I might do that. I mean, for now, I built my launcher and I'm sort of testing that out right now. So I'm going to use that through like the really early playtesting stage, which is probably going to be around for a while. Barrels have 2 rings at the top and 2 at the bottom typically. I mean, we can still add one at the top, but what we want to do is, actually, first of all, we need to smooth shade this whole thing. Smooth. And that looks disgusting. What I want is I was not holding shift. Nice. Not that one. Okay. And then we need to mark these as sharp. I can't even remember how to do that. Yeah, the smooth shading is pretty nasty. Third, mark C. What does that do? Not sharp. I think that's what I want. We save this now. Click the green triangle in the bottom right. Then under normals, click auto smooth. I don't want auto smoothing though. Why do you smooth shade it? So the thing with low poly is that in order to where's the normal displays? I thought there was a checkbox somewhere for this. So when it's smooth shaded, basically each one of the blender vertices turns into one vertex in Unity, which is what I want. But if you flat shade it in Blender, then it needs to split the vertices, and so this one right here, or this one, for example, this vertex, would be split into 1, 2, 3, 4, because you need 4 different normals for the 4 sides that it's attached to. And so what I do instead, because my shader automatically, like, it doesn't matter how many vertices you have or whether you split them, because the shader calculates the normals. So the normal data, okay, that is not how I wanted it. Why are these ones marked? Is this one? Okay. Those ones look smooth shaded, but they're not. Eric Way, knock knock. What's knock knock? Who's there? Is this a knock knock joke? So as a person who has never done anything in Blender, I recommend placing strategically throughout fish inside the barrel. You want fish in the barrel? I mean, the barrels are going to be used to store all sorts of materials and resources. So what's bothering? Why is this? This should not be. Because this edge is sharp, which is what I want, but this one here and this one, those shouldn't. And then down here it's not. What is going on here? Anyways, I guess I can show you guys the shader, because if I put this one on here, now it's all flat shaded again, even though the model itself is still smooth shaded, and so it saves some vertices. I touch, what is it called? Selector. Yes, I know it's an editor script. Why can't it add it? Oh, because it's an editor script. Yeah. Of course. Okay, so why? Alex says smooth. How much will the game be? Honestly, I have no idea at this point. Like, I mean, I don't know. I was considering making it free for a while. Just because, like, that decreases the barrier to entry, and so then, you know, you'd get more play, and it's easier to invite your friends. But the problem is that then if you ban someone for hacking or something, they can just make another free account, so that's kind of useless. But in terms of price, honestly, I have no idea at this point. We're nowhere near the point where I'd be selling this, so we'll see. Tom, please shout out. Well, I mean, you're kind of spamming the chat, so I don't know if I'm inclined to do that. If you need a voice actor, I'm here for you. I might need voice actors in the future. We'll see. Aren't barrels round? I mean, this is round in the low poly sense, you know? What I want to know is why this middle strip is white and the rest of it is showing up as black. This is all, wait. That's affecting the same color? That's not good. This is why you need a mod. Yeah, Rug, come back. This one isn't a... this might be a bug in my code. Because normally this is supposed to color the different sections. Oh! Oh. That explains some things. Okay, so that's so strange. You need someone to apologize, I'm Canadian. Very funny. Now why is that being... It's smooth shaded. But it's not a separate object. It's all one object. It's all the same mesh. I don't know why this is... And I mean, the fact that this is working proves that it's one mesh, because I've only attached this to one object. So, try moving the different objects in Unity. Well, we have this. This is nothing because it's... Well, I mean... Oh. Okay, that explains some things. Hidden in Blender? Okay, let's delete this because we don't need it. Tom being confused due to a barrel. Well, you know, welcome to my life. I'm confused about barrels. Blender can be confusing. Yep, that's Unity. Well, I mean, it's not even Unity's fault in this case. That was my bad. Tornado, stop laughing at me. Okay, so now the question remains, why does it not separate those? But it separates the bottom and the top of the barrel. That's very strange. OP Banana, I don't even know what you mean by a shoutout. Like, do you just want me to say your name? Because, I mean, if that's what you're after, I just did. But, you know, spamming really does not make you shoutout worthy. Did you export selected only? No, I plopped the blend file into Unity, so that way I don't need to export it every time. Why is it? I don't want those edges. I want these. Can I send you an email on your business email so you don't forget me when it... Zevkev, I mean, you can, but I probably won't go digging through my emails in the future when I need voice actors. So if you want to be a voice actor, whenever that happens, I'd say join the Discord server and grab the Pirate Game News role. And I'll probably tag people when I'm looking for help, whether that's voice acting or whatever else. Put a banana on the barrel? I don't know about that. That's a bit close to Sea of Thieves, don't you think? So, okay, do seams only apply to UVs and texturing? Pirate Game News, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, Tornado. Yeah, join the Discord server. The link's in the description, or at least it should be. Mark Sharp. Oh dear, no. They were sharp before already, so this shouldn't change anything. Yeah, same problem. $161. Well, 158 watching now. We were up to 175 or something a few minutes ago, which is absolutely insane. Last stream, I think, peaked at 30 viewers, so we quintupled that. I don't know why this isn't working. This should, if I clear the sharp, what does it look like? Maybe I should get rid of the, do I have a default shader somewhere here? This one I think is default. If it's transparent, that's bad. Okay, so it's all smooth, even the top. Yeah, the entire thing is smooth shaded, so why does it not, if I mark these as sharp, nothing happens? What? You add edge loops on edges you want to be sharper, you can control the sharpness. Well, what I actually want is for Blender to just split these once they go into Unity. But I want to keep them like the same in Blender so that it's easier to edit. Maybe beveled rims? Maybe, we'll see. Can I... Is it possible to shade just certain edges? Flat. Maybe that'll do it. That did not do it. I think you're smooth shading right now. Yeah, so the entire object, I want everything smooth shaded except for the edges I have selected right now, because by flat shading those, it should split them. At least that's how I did it on my sword model. You're not selecting line vertices, you're selecting barrel itself. You mean when I... Where was it? You mean this? When I... But if I... Hold on. Shading. Smooth, sharp edges. Please. See, it doesn't do anything. I think you need to select the object. Here, let me pull up my my sword. Maybe I'm remembering wrong how I did this. Okay, so here, see, I just marked the edges that, oh, this is so small. The edges that where I wanted it to split, I marked them as sharp. And then it split this into like two separate vertices or edges. And so I don't know why this isn't working now, because I'm doing the same thing I did here. Unless, of course, what does the inside of this look like? No, I have all the, they're all selected. Alias, I don't, it probably won't be free just because if I need to ban people for hacking or, you know, unacceptable behavior, then if it's free, they can just create a new account and they're back in. So that, like, it basically makes bans completely ineffective. The pirate game still has no name. Yes, that is very true. It has no name. I mean, even in Blender, they're not being marked, like, they don't look like they're sharp edges. What shader are you using? I'm using a custom one. So well, I mean, I basically just piggybacked off the default one and added a couple things, so it's custom, but not really. How old am I? I am 19. After you set the edges as sharp, you should go to Object Data, Properties, and toggle on Auto Smooth. Object Data, Properties, and toggle on Auto Smooth. Is that over here somewhere? Select the whole face and flat shade. I mean, just, that might work. I mean, for the ones in here, it might work. I guess we can give it a shot. Shade flat. The thing is, I don't want these edges to be flat. Yeah, so that seems to have sort of worked. See, now this finds way too many of these, because... Where is that? Can't one of these be red right now? That's weird. Oh no, because it's still using the default shader. Yeah. So that works, sort of. Range, mark, shade, smooth. No, see, here, I'll try to explain a bit better what I'm trying to do. I have a script that can detect which vertices are connected. So I think the palm tree is probably the best example. What is that? Here, the coconuts here. These are all one object, right? So they're technically one mesh, but if I attach, where is it? This script, then it gives me basically 4 different options because there's 4 coconuts, and I can color them individually within Unity. So what I'm trying to do is do the same for the sword bit, or not the sword, the barrel, because I want the rings to be a different color than the barrel. You want the rings to be flat and the rest of the barrel smooth. So not even just the rings, I want, I mean, sword shows it best, I think. Basically, I want the whole thing is smooth shaded, right? Except for these edges here, and here, and then the one down here at the hilt. And so that basically allows my script to detect that this part of the hilt and the grip are like different sections, as well as this and this. So then I can color these all 4 differently, while even though they're like the same mesh. So what I want is I want these edges that are blue right now I want those to be sharp so that it marks this, this, and this, like these three rings, as different sections than the part of the barrel in between. But for some reason, when I mark them as sharp, it's not doing it the way it was for the sword. Because here I just marked the edges as sharp, and then it, you know, it worked. Yeah, Nathan, I agree, it's weird. But this, it seems like it's not even the script's fault, because if you look at this, the edges here don't look sharp. Whereas if you look at the sword, they're very clearly not smooth shaded. Set the object to smooth shade. Then go right on the right panel on the object data. Go to normals, toggle on auto smooth. But now we have the whole thing flat shaded again. Try using the mirror effect that you have on the sword. You can cut the barrel up into pieces, but why would that help? Is auto smooth on the sword? It is. Angle is 30. Same angle. Make the angle larger. But the problem with auto smoothing is that I can't then, like, I can't choose which edges are smooth and which are sharp, right? Because see, now we sort of have what we need, except that these edges right here, like this line and this line, those are still sharp, but I want those to be smooth. Like literally just the blue ones need to be sharp. Make the angle larger. Do you apply transforms and recalculate normals? I did not recalculate normals. It will respect sharp edges. Let me just increase this as it goes. Ah. I mean, let's see if that works. Grab the other shader. I mean, that looks about right, so let's give this a shot. Okay, that's a lot of yikes. Okay. There's that. See, this is exactly what I don't want, because apparently this edge is still sharp or something. Otherwise it wouldn't be getting split. Except it doesn't look sharp, which is very strange. My eyes wide light theme, because I haven't upgraded to Unity 2020 and I'm sort of waiting for a long-term stable release to come out for that, and then I'll get the dark mode. Set the normals to the trajectory of the bisect oral edges of the barrel. Alex, I have no idea how to do that, so... Then calculate the circumference of the sphere as according to Bing. What? Carlos, see, the thing is, I did mark the edges as sharp, right? All of these blue ones, those are sharp, and those are the only ones I want as sharp. And so those ones do seem to be working, except that apparently this one is being treated as sharp as well. Yeah, dark mode is available in 2019.4, but I want to go to Unity 2020 and I'm too lazy to upgrade twice, once just for the dark mode, so... Just make smooth and hit recalculate normals. You mean like smooth the whole mesh? Yeah, well now all the edges are sharp again. Why is that? Use a whetstone, that'll sharpen it up. I mean, sure, gotta 3D print it first. What kind of weapon is that? What, this? This is the sword model. Unless, of course, you're talking about the barrel, in which case that's not really a weapon. Yeah, Carlos, the only edges I want sharp are the ones that are blue right now. And for some reason that worked just fine here in the sword model. Like I have just this edge as blue, as well as this one here and that one. And that worked very nicely, but over here, the barrel, it's not doing it. What am I going to use for the online functionality and database matchmaking? For database, I'm probably going to end up using Firebase just because I don't want to deal with authentication and stuff myself. I'm not going to lie, that barrel could double as a grenade. I mean, maybe a little bit. Oh, did it? Okay, wait, so that seems to have worked now. Let's try to disconnect one vertex, shortcut is Y. But I don't want to disconnect them within Blender, preferably. The visual of the barrel is working just fine. Yeah, so I mean the barrel looks fine, but it seems to think that these two are different parts of the mesh, which implies that this vertex or this edge is being split. Mark them as sharp, hitting Control E. I mean, isn't that the same as what I did? Yeah, mark sharp. But it doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, so we get all of these different sections, even though there should really only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different parts. You said auto smooth angle to 30. Now it's all sharp. Why is it? Hello? It's not working now? Or is auto smoothing interfering? Add custom split normals. But see, the thing, I don't want to split the normals manually because that makes editing the shape more difficult then. Maybe it's something inside import settings on Unity. It could be. So why auto smooth is overriding the smoothing, right? So I don't want that. But it doesn't override it on the sword, which is also strange. Febreze, yeah, I had it off in the beginning, but that wasn't working either. And then on the sword, it's actually on, and it works fine anyways. So mesh normal split. I mean, I think that'll work. So that'll, I guess, be the last resort. So that's all smooth. These are still blue. Wait, now we have 3 sections? What? Are you merging vertices on the mirror? Yes. Finally, what did I read? So this is the other thing, right? Because apparently this is being chosen as a different section to this, which means these ones, this face, its edges are being split for some reason. You did a normal split because you can't change the angle on the sword auto smooth. And that only happens when you have a custom normal split. So is it because of the mirror? Is that what you're saying, Nathan? $200 viewers? Holy, that's a new record. Now, if only I could actually figure this out for all of these viewers. The auto smooth thing. Oh, that's what I remember. Okay. Can we? I just don't understand why this okay. Edge. Can we... Does that change anything if I manually shade that as smooth? It doesn't. The faces are being split because the angle of that edge is higher than your auto smooth angle. Try to figure it out the best value. Try 60 maybe? 60. Yeah, that's not what we want either. Yeah, I think I'll be adding music to the next stream. I just don't have any music streaming services, and I don't have anything downloaded, so that's why we have no music today. Oh, welcome back, Rug. I think I do need a moderator, so... Is that an N-Gon? I think it is, yeah. Now... calculate normals outside. I did do that at one point. Go to mesh normal split. I think that... So, okay, but if the normals were split, then if I take one of these... Oh no, the normals are split, so not the vertices. Okay, if the normals were split, then it would show the... And where do you... Okay, normals... Here. See, wouldn't there be multiple lines coming out of each of these vertices if the normals were split? Say hi to Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Now go to the object imports. Oh yeah, I wanted to check those. Barrel. Is this any different than... I mean, the sword and the barrel should be the same, and it looks like they are. I don't think it's the import settings. An export option in Blender? I don't think it's an export option just because I'm not actually exporting it. Like, I have the blend file directly in Unity. So... You want to see the player model? You want to see the monstrosity that I created? Where is that player? Actually, more terrifying in Unity. You wanted to see this? Just try splitting the normals. Alright. I mean, I'm guessing that might work. Well, I'm not sure if that's what I want. Auto smooth angle is disabled on your sword. The auto smooth angle is enabled on my sword, though. Oh, that is not... Okay, hold on. I did not want to do that on everything. Wait. Why are all of these blue now? Just add pupils to the eyes? Yeah, that would probably help. Yeah, so now we still have 48 different vertex groups, which is not what should be happening. Smooth is enabled, but the angle is grayed out. So what does that mean? I can change this. I don't know if it does anything. Splitting sets everything to sharp, but you can just clear sharp and just put it back on the easy end. So you mean like select the ones that I don't want and then mark them as smooth? You mean like that? I think I can help you with some models. Tag me on Discord maybe. Although for now, I want to keep modeling myself because I do enjoy doing this, and it also, like, it's one of the few things I can really do on stream well, because programming on stream would be a bit of a mess, I think. Blender isn't always about fixing rather than having to start over. Oh, well, what, you think it's a problem with the Blender file itself? See, this is the thing, there's so many different, I don't even know. Get the other material back on here. This is the strangest part, because like the whole thing looks smooth shaded except for the bands around it. Code on stream? I don't know about that. I mean, I can't imagine you guys would enjoy sitting around watching me think. Select everything, then click and clear sharp all at once. You select those specific edges instead of sharp. So that should smooth it all. Yep. You select those specific edges. Hello? I mean, that should be all of them. Oh no. Edge, mark sharp. See, this looks right, but it doesn't seem to work. Because there should not be 29 different groups of vertices. There's no one to answer me. Answer you about what, goalie? Or goalie? I see modeling as a kind of break from the coding. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of nice to, you know, not think as much sometimes. Although right now I feel like I'm thinking more than I do sometimes while I'm programming. I just don't understand why all of these are being colored or are being split like this. Like, this should be the whole band, not just this one face. Michael, the problem is that, so here, the sword shows this kind of well. The sword is basically one mesh, but it's split into 4 parts because I have the edge along here, here, and here marked as sharp. And so I have a script in Unity that can then detect like which vertices belong to each of the like vertex groups and color them individually. But the problem is I'm trying to do the same thing here with the barrel, and I've marked the vertices around the bands here as sharp, except not really doing what I want. Like instead of selecting this whole band, now I have 29 different groups of vertices. 1.5 hours to create a barrel. Yep, that's modeling on stream for you, especially when things don't go to plan. Combine the mesh via Blender. Well, the whole thing is one mesh right now, so. Are you creating a first-person pirate game or a virtual reality one? It's just a first-person one. What inspired you to do so? So, I mean, I get a lot of comments saying that the game looks like Sea of Thieves, and I mean, what did I just do? They're not wrong. It does look a lot like Sea of Thieves. Believe it or not, I did have the idea before I heard of Sea of Thieves, and I just never bothered to work on it. And then when Sea of Thieves came out, I was like, well, you know, might as well do it now, which is honestly kind of a strange reaction because, I don't know, you'd sort of think that if someone else has already made the thing you want to make, then you wouldn't try to do it as well, but yeah, it's going to be different in the sense that I want to add more survival aspects and stuff. Did you export the sword? I used a .blend file, just like for the, as far as I can tell, I've done everything the same for the barrel as for the sword. And it's still not working. I was motivated. Yeah, so in a way, Sea of Thieves kind of like motivated me to work on it. And I mean, although it looks the same right now, there's a lot of things where I look at Sea of Thieves and I'm like, this makes sense for their game, but I feel like I could do it differently and it would, you know, be great. Use blend file for barrel, yeah. That doesn't stop people from making Minecraft knockoffs. Yeah, I guess when there's a big game, people make knockoffs even though it exists. I have some tips on how to make my Roblox stop stuttering. Honestly, Bull and I have no idea. Why don't you simply separate the rings inside Blender? Okay, so here's why. If I separate these, all of a sudden I have two materials that I need to use, which means, or I guess not two materials, but it's two separate objects, which means the whole barrel can't be drawn by the GPU in one go. It has to, it needs to then set up the GPU for a different mesh. Like it'll draw the barrel itself, and then it has to set up the GPU to draw the rings, and so that's slower. And so, I mean, at this level, it's sort of like a really micro optimization, but if we had, say, like thousands of barrels, that would definitely make a difference. The top is a bit too flat. Yeah, I think we'll do something with that. I just don't, I mean, at this point, I'm wondering if we should just abandon the idea of, at least on stream, and I'll try and figure this out later, because we're not really making any progress here. Please mark the edges of the ring as sharp. Which ones? You mean these ones? I want those to be smooth, though. Because otherwise it separates them and puts them in a different mesh group. Or in a different vertex group. But yeah, I'm kind of out of ideas for what to try here. You just have to put two materials on this mesh and set the verts you want to each material. Yeah, but then I have two materials, right? And that's what I want to avoid, because if you have separate materials, that's also not helping the GPU. What options do you set it to? What? Because, for example, if you take the sword here, if I had, this is basically made of 4 different parts. And so if I had 4 different objects and 4 different materials for the sword, that would be not ideal. But with this method of like just making these edges sharp and then coloring them differently in Unity, I can keep the whole sword as one mesh with one material on it. Does your sword have n-gons? You have a big n-gon on the top and bottom. Maybe that makes a difference. The sword doesn't, I think. Oh, I mean, there's the one here on the hilt. This one. Add an edge loop to the rings and scale it slightly. Well, see, I want to, if possible, I want to avoid, adding extra vertices within Blender, because then it gets, I don't know, it becomes more of an issue to edit. Only put some seams on the edges between barrel and circle. Press U and unwrap. See, but I don't use textures. So, I don't bother with the whole UV unwrapping and stuff. The topology might be too simple. Why would that be a problem, though? I'm fed up with the fact that I still learn how to code after a certain point. James, if you're still learning, that's normal, because, I mean, if you're expecting yourself to ever stop having to Google things, you should probably amend those expectations, because I Google things all the time. So I think just because this is not really going anywhere. Okay, hold on. Go to the display settings in Blender, display split normals. Do you want me to do that on the sword or the barrel? Wait, didn't I have this window open here? Have you tried smoothing it all again in the... Yeah, Zach, I've tried smoothing and sharpening things and doing it all over again several times now, so... Where are those teal lines? So the teal lines, those are the ones I've marked as sharp. But for some reason, they're not really doing what I need them to do. Sword split normals. Is there an extra option to display split normals? Or should that just display automatically? Because these all only have one normal. Yeah, so I'm coloring the vertices by script in Unity. Because that way I can also update the colors at runtime. So for example, if I wanted to have a different, I mean, I could even give the player a color picker for their sword, and they could just choose whatever color they wanted. You're showing vertex normals under that display setting. You aren't showing split normals. How do I show the split normals then? Split normals button is right beside the other one. What do you mean here? This? Oh. Okay. So those are split, but isn't that what happens when you mark an edge as sharp? Like if I place split normals here. Let's see, this is interesting. Yeah, see, these ones are split. It shouldn't be more costly because I'm using the vertex colors, which there's like each vertex has a color property, right? And so I'm just setting that within Unity, and then I access that from within a shader. You made any experiences with the Unity add-on Mirror? So that's not an add-on for, well, so I've used Unity a bit, or I mean, I've used Unity a lot. I've used Mirror a little bit, and I really don't like it just because I prefer having the control over what's going on. And I feel like Mirror does too much for me, and I can't control what's happening under the hood, so yeah. Could you just show the script a bit? I'm gonna see the script, huh? Feeling my vertex coloring. Are all of them split or just the ones on the sharp edges? I mean, it looks like, yeah, just the ones on the sharp edges. Unless, yeah. But I mean, on the barrel, that's the same thing, isn't it? Actually, wait, hold on. That one, wait. Is this? I mean, here, it looks like this vertex, for example, that looks like it only has one normal coming out of it. Right? The other line is coming from the sharp edge. Anyways, this is the is there a breakpoint? Get rid of that. So I mean, this basically, it finds groups of triangles that are connected to each other, and then it sets the colors here in this method. I hope I can be as good at this stuff as you will be. Well, I mean, Dylan, it's just a lot of practice, and as you can see, I'm still not that good at it because obviously things aren't working. Looks like a few of the sharp edges don't have split normals. I mean, all of these look like they have split normals. These ones down here. Oh yeah, that has split normals too. I mean, it's kind of a weird normal, but it's definitely still split. You don't have any duplicate vertices, do you? Move the vertices around? I don't think I do. Imagine if that's causing a problem this whole time. And this is a singular one. Russell, that is not what this is. The barrel that was submitted on Discord is probably going to be in a corner somewhere as like an Easter egg. Yeah, Zach, these ones all seem to be not split. Or I mean, like there don't seem to be any duplicate vertices. How old are you? I'm 19. There aren't any faces on the inside? That's a good point, actually. No. There aren't faces. Hey, did real time take... Are we still on that train? I am not an AI. With modeling a fox for around 5 hours? Yeah, I mean, I can't even... I've never actually tried modeling an animal, so... I wonder how that would go. But yeah, I think we should probably move on because this is not... Like, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, right? Cass, you did not hear me say that. Yeah, we still have a million different vertex groups here. It only selects one face. That's kind of ridiculous. Select by trait non-manifold, and that will select anything that is wrong. Select by trait. This? Non-manifold. I don't see that option. Kadir, I don't know when I'll publish this game. I'm hoping to get playtesting started like this year. In the last couple days, I've actually been testing with a few friends, and there's definitely a lot of issues, but like a full release is probably still years away. You have to be in vertex mode. Oh. Yeah, that hasn't selected anything, so I guess it doesn't think anything's wrong. Alt F4 should do the trick. You know, why not? A stream, wow. Yeah, it's been a long time, 1010. Several months. I think, pretty sure quarantine hadn't even started when I streamed the last time, so that's, I mean, that feels like it's years ago. Is this stream sponsored? No, it is not. I mean, I wish. You know, Contigo, if you're out there, sponsor me. But, so, I think we should probably... Maybe... yeah, I think we should probably give up on the coloring for now, and I'll try and figure that out off stream. But, is there anything else you guys think we should add to the barrel? Are you considering to create a team? I do not have a team right now, and at the moment I'm not really considering it. I sort of want to keep working on it solo, at least until I get like to the early playtesting phase. And then, I mean, eventually I'll probably have someone help me with sounds and music, because, and maybe animations as well. Try with a simple cube with one loop set as sharp. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so object shaded smooth. And edge mark sharp. An engraving that says Tom's Barrels. Oh, I don't know about that. Make some cracks. That might be necessary. Actually, I guess we can do this in the barrel prefab. Okay, and then add the mesh part selector. Interesting. So this time it only found one. What country are you from? I'm from Canada. Both my parents are German, so I speak German, and a lot of people think I'm Dutch because of my last name, but I've lived in Canada my whole life. Yeah, so Nathan, I guess this isn't working either, which is definitely interesting. They have the same stripe around the edges on the top, so that doesn't look entirely flat. You mean like up here around this edge, Henrik? Yeah, we might add another ring there. This doesn't work. Sharpen the edges. Does it change the whole object if you change the color? It changes the whole object. So I guess the script thinks the whole thing is one. Maybe. I wonder if that makes a difference. It does not. Yeah, I think this is something I should probably figure out off stream, just because we've spent way too long trying to figure this out. So open the barrel back up. We can delete the test cube, I think. I'm trying to fix the smoothing at the moment. So I'm trying to fix the smoothing because that's preventing me from coloring this thing properly. For those that haven't seen it, if I open up the sword here, where is it? This is one mesh, but I color them like this different sections individually using a script. I can change that at runtime as well. And the way it detects that is by looking at the, oh, hold on, Control Z isn't working, it's not good. The way I control that is by marking the edges as sharp between the different sections. But it's not working the way it should on the barrel or this test cube, so yeah. Try turning all of the quads into triangles. I mean, I don't think that would change anything because I mean the sword is also using a large, like mostly quads. But maybe we'll add like a if we do this. Sword's edges are smoother in the first place. Well, I mean, this right here, that's like a 90-degree edge, right? And the one up here, this is, that's even less. Like, it's even sharper of a turn, a corner. Really excited for this game. I mean, honestly, it's actually a lot of fun to just mess around with friends, even though, like, there's some major issues right now, but yeah, I can't wait to, like, actually be able to play this. But unfortunately, that's a long way off. I mean, this just looks weird at this point. Not what I wanted at all. Maybe we should... Do we need a ring at the top? Where was that barrel image? I mean, I guess it has a ring around the top. What if we just... do this, and then give it a little indent like that? Maybe that works? What if you just subdivided a ton? The barrel? Well, then it would become high poly and not low poly anymore. If I undo that. Can I inset these at the same time? That would be nice. Very nice. And then well, I guess no one's gonna see the bottom of the barrel, so is this even worth doing? Yeah, I think maybe we'll leave the bottom flat just because it's not even gonna... no one's gonna ever look at that, I think. Maybe it's good to try higher polying it just to get another perspective. Well, I mean, I really like the low poly look, and I don't want to, like, this is a barrel that's going to take up less than a unit of space, right? Or maybe a little more. But it's not going to be huge, so I don't know. I don't want to use too many vertices, because I feel like this actually looks not that bad, and if it was colored properly, I think it would be even better. which I guess at this point I'm gonna have to figure out off stream. Maybe a Donkey Kong mode where you whip the barrels. Okay, well, let me finish the main game first before we start talking about other game modes. Question is, do we want damaged looking barrels or like nice barrels? You try applying the scale of the mesh. It can cause problems sometimes if not done. Scale is 1, I think, right now. Yeah, scale is at 1. What is the worst issue in your game you noticed? You mean in my playtesting? I mean, the thing is, I think most of the issues that are happening are more due to the new networking solution than anything else, because I'm getting duplicate packets, and so sometimes clients will spawn like multiple ships, even though there's only one on the server, and only one of them ends up moving, and then the other one floats there, which is, you know, not good at all. How does this compare to this over? This is about like, what, twice, 3 times as big right now? Yikes. That's why you use sequence. I'm using sequence IDs, and I even included a check to see if I've handled a packet before, but it's still happening, so I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. I've yet to really investigate the issue, so we'll see what comes of it. Yeah, Kaz, that's exactly what I'm checking for already, but either my check isn't working, or I don't know. Yes, this is almost good, I think. A little bit smaller on the on the horizontal. Yeah, the height is perfect, actually. I guess your check isn't working then. I mean, it probably isn't. How does that look? That is nice. BPM, hello. AI Tom does not comprehend. Comprehend what? My own networking code? I mean, that's true. Apply the scale. Okay, that seems to be done now. What I can do for now is just make the whole thing brown. Add the color from here. That, and voila, we have a brown barrel. My code wrote code? No, my code didn't write any code. My code could write code, I wouldn't need to program anymore. Should add a weapon that summons massive spheres from the sky. They float and crush everything in their path. Sounds overpowered, honestly. Let's see here. How does this look if I run the server? Okay, that looks a lot better, although sitting in the ground quite deep. Why is that? They're like, wow. Is it like a collider? Yeah, that's the right size. Okay. This should be more like here. Means I need to change the position of that on the server as well. Oh, you can't. Oh, true. Hold on. Let me. Here, I'll just. I'll full screen it, I guess. Now you can see. Frame rate is 123 in the editor. That's working. Yeah, that already looks a lot better. Although it's in the mask. That's not good. So I'll have to move that around. But, yeah, okay. Next stream, we're definitely going to have a moderator. What if the barrels had a rigid body? So, if I ever add floating barrels, I'll give them a rigid body, probably. But, for now, that's completely unnecessary. The frame rate, I calculate that in a custom script. Here, I can pull that up. Counter. So basically, in the update method, I just increase the time since the last time I updated the counter, and then how many frames have passed since then. And so then I can, you know, divide the frames by the time, and that gives you FPS. Oh, see you, Zach. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so at this point, how long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. What CSG do you prefer? What does CSG stand for again? So I think we might wrap it up here just because, I mean, there's other things I still need to model, like a plank and a rock. But maybe I'll save that for another stream and we can do another one like next week or something. So yeah, never mind your mesh. What? Yeah, I think we'll end it here, guys. Thanks to everyone who came out. I know, I mean, we spent 2 hours modeling a barrel, which was definitely not very efficient, but thanks to everyone who came out, and especially those who like helped me out because, you know, Blender is complicated. If you want, I can make you a rock. I mean, I need the modeling practice, I think. So I might pass on that, at least for now. Also, if you model a rock for me, then I can't do that on stream anymore. So less streams, basically. Yeah, so again, thank you to everyone who showed up. And if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure to check that out, especially because that's where I'll be that's where I tag people when, you know, we stream, as well as when new videos come out. So yeah, go check that out, and thank you everyone for joining.